Yeah.
Gump report, baby.
I think I'll be releasing this Friday. I just finished my NXT review. I'll do this short because I want to upload my NXT review. But I had to talk about what I felt about Adam Copeland and showing up on AEW. Now, I have heard what just Alex said, and I think I heard a little bit of JD and Jesse talk about this. And the thing that gets me is I'm going like, really? Are you telling me that people are so obsessed with WWE, really big WWE wrestlers who used to work for the company, was big and went away for a while and came back, that if they go away to AEW, they're nothing but traitors and downgrading? Are you serious? Why would you do that? Why would you think, look, guys, I may not even make this video very long. It doesn't need to be very long. But I'm going to say this to you guys. What they're doing here has been practiced for nearly what? Well before my birth, maybe 70 years or so, or more. Look, there's been wrestling promotions since the 1930s. Guys, there are wrestling promotions since the 1930s. And I know there's one promotion, WCCW, I believe, that possibly is still one of the oldest known ones, but it's small. And the one that was the most widespread and most well-known was NWA. WWF was not the most well-known. It was from Maine. It was not the strongest company until Vince purchased it from his dad and went up against all the other promotions. I'm telling you that. Now, someone did tell me, because as far as I knew, because I found out through somebody else, it was by word of mouth, that Vince changed, not Vince Sr., Vince Jr., changed the name of WWWF to WWF in the 80s when he purchased it from his dad. Now, someone told me, dude, that's not right. It was Vince Sr. who made that choice just before he sold the company to his son. So the person told me that, you know who you are, thank you. I don't like to be wrong, but when I am wrong, I don't mind eating crow and admitting I make mistakes. I don't know it all, and I don't expect to know it all. I make mistakes. I hear from other people, and it's not all the time I'm going to check, because that person, I believe, is a credible person. The person I learned that from, they knew wrestling more than I did. So I went for what he said. But the point is, you're not going to always check absolutely everything unless you're someone who does this as a living, making money, which I am not. This is a hobby for me. This is my passion. I do this because I love wrestling. I'm not trying to be like JD or just Alex and try to make money out of this. That's just not my personality. And to be honest, with my attitude, with my depression and anxiety, I wouldn't be able to handle it very well. I'd probably get very badly freaked out. So this will always generally stay as a hobby. That's my passion, at least unless something changes my mind. But I don't know it all. But honestly, knowing how Adam Copeland is, learning through the scrum, because I watched his scrum that he did after Wrestle Dream, and hearing that his music, and yeah, JD did say it on his podcast when Wrestle Dream happened, that people thought that WWE owned the music, when he says, no, it's Adam's. And I'm going, really? And then when I looked at the scrum and someone asked Adam, so did you have to make some type of concessions to WWE to be able to play your music? He says, no. I know the guy in the band. I know the guy who made the music. I asked him, could I use it? Could I have it? He said, hell yeah, that's his friend. His friend gave him his music. I didn't know that. So seeing that was interesting, but hearing that people are angry and disappointed and thinking that it's a downgrade to go to AEW, how? How is it a downgrade to go to AEW? If you choose to leave WWE, yes, you're one of the biggest, well-known wrestlers that came from that company. If The Rock was still wrestling and this was The Rock going to AEW, it would be the same thing. If he said, and this is Adam, he said, generally, he didn't really say, look, I had nothing left to do, it was boring, and they didn't let me do much. I'm not saying he said that, but essentially, what else was he going to do there? The only thing they would do is maybe let him win a championship. But even then, he would have nothing else to do. He's gone through generally the people they want him to go through. And the ones he probably wanted to go through, they said, oh no, you can't go through him. You can't go through him. Edge against Chad Gable? Would we ever have seen that? No. Could we have seen Edge versus Otis? No. Would we have seen Edge versus Gunther? Yeah, we could have seen that. But would we have seen Edge versus Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa? No. They wouldn't have never let him there unless he demanded it and it would be allowed by his contract. Because, remember, he had some level of input for his character to be able to go anywhere he wanted, but probably there would be a limit. So going to AEW, he probably signed a contract saying, I want creative control for my character. Period. Next to getting a good amount of money, I want this. And Tony gave it to him. So how is it a downgrade? How? Let's say Edge or Adam Copeland went to Impact Wrestling. What happened if he said in the media, whatever they do for media for Impact if they did it, I wanted to do it here because I love Impact. It's one of the places I loved and I've watched. Is that a downgrade? It isn't. Because he knows where he's going. He may not make the same money as WWE, but it doesn't matter. If he wanted to go there and he's excited, let's say he went to Impact and he was going to go up against Moose. He was going to go up against another Canadian in a Josh Alexander. He could work with any one of the people there. Hell, let's say he brought Beth Phoenix with him. Then Trinity, Beth Phoenix, his wife, I forgot what her real name is, but you know what I mean. His wife would work there. He would work there. They would do tapings generally at the time, so they don't have to worry about running all over the place. But that would bring prestige to Impact Wrestling, and if that's what he wants, how is that a downgrade? If that's what he wants, why would it be that way? It's stupid to think that way. It's stupid to think that WWE people, the most best of the best, should always stay there because that's the way they're supposed to be. You can't tell them what to do. Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nimmons, is going to probably go to AEW because he's going to probably work with his brother. I'm sure he's been wanting to do that for years. And now he has the opportunity to do it with his brother. He'll probably tag team with him. Is that a downgrade to go work with his brother? Is that a downgrade for the former Dolph Ziggler who has been with the company for what, since 2005? 2006? I can't remember when he joined the Spirit Squad. It's been so many years that he joined the Spirit Squad. His brother's been on the indies who knows how long. And finally being released, he's going to work with his brother, which he probably has been wanting to do for a while. He probably wanted his brother to come to WWE, but he probably couldn't get in. So how is that a downgrade? How? It's not. If they choose to leave WWE or be released, if they choose to leave WWE and want to go to another promotion where they can do something they feel like is going to make them feel good, and if they're one of the biggest stars, more power to them. Look at Jade Cargill. She didn't choose to resign. I found out she chose not to resign with AEW. She wanted to go to WWE. And she's in WWE. Am I angry that she decided to leave? No. I'm not angry that Jade left. In fact, I'm happy for her. They were willing to take her. I am concerned that there's a good possibility they may screw her, because if they fall into the main roles and particularly work with Charlotte and Bianca and Asuka, and they don't book her correctly, they just throw her to the wolves. They'll put her here for a little while, and then she drops like a stone and is not watched on TV. That's just not fair. I'm worried for her, but I want her to learn, because anyone who goes to WWE and work in the NXT and work for the Performance Center, they get very well trained. They learn how to look at the camera, because
Many people tend to forget people are at home. They can't be at the arenas.
and people want to see you. People want to understand your style, your charisma, your mic skills. You have to know how to look at the camera, how to relay emotion to the camera, how to wrestle to make people at the arena and on the camera care about you. The best wrestlers in the world understand it's not just catering to the crowd at the arena. If there's a camera
Like this in your fucking face.
you have to play to the camera as well. You have to know when to go in front of the camera when you're doing a slam or a headlock. You got to know when to move just right. They'll teach her that. I'm hoping she succeeds and gains a great amount of training, understanding, and, well, clout, so she can make it more in the business. I'm saying it as someone who understands that, like with Trinity, I love the girl. She always, legitimately, I said this from the beginning when I first saw her as a Funkadactyl, she wears her heart on her sleeve. She shows her emotion in her face. No matter how much she tries to hide it, if she's not satisfied, you can tell. But she's going to have clout. She's going to politic like everyone else. She may not do it as much, and a lot of people like her because she's such a good person, but girl politics like everybody else. She's not going to be innocent. But I'm saying this now. Seeing Adam at AEW, it's going to be good. He'll help teach people the style that I told you about of WWE, which is if you're in front of a camera, know how to look in the camera, know how to wrestle in front of the camera, know how to talk, understand how to really structure a promo, how storylines, and the best, how to pitch to the promoter what you want to do with your character. So I don't see anything bad with him being there, but this is just me. Peace, and I am next, because I'm recording the next one after this, John Cena, is he the greatest of all time? Peace.